So we need to talk about Pam Bondi. Who is Pam Bondi? Well, she's America's new Attorney General. She is no, what's that other guy's name? That short guy? What was that short guy from Alabama? She's not him. That's for damn sure. Pam Bondi also isn't a pickle because Pam Bondi, she's not the real deal. Pam Bondi is just as fake as her blonde hair. Blame it all on her roots. Pam Bondi was Florida's former Attorney General, right? Oh boy, a Florida woman. What an asshole. Pam Bondi is the kind of person who'd probably sue the sun for shining too bright. After all, she's got a track record of dodging heat when it suits her. You remember that whole Trump University mess? Is that where Pam Bondi got her law degree, from Trump University? Because Pam Bondi magically dropped a fraud investigation against Trump University after a nice little donation dropped into her campaign coffers. Is that a coincidence? Yeah, okay. And I'm the king of Narnia. Pam Bondi, a.k.a. Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer. Pam's constitutional understanding probably came from a Bachelor of Science of covering up 34 felonies from Trump University. Pam Bondi never allowed her lack of knowledge to stop the flow of conversation. Pam Bondi's got the vibe of somebody who'd wear sunglasses indoor just to look cool. But really, Pam Bondi is just hiding the fact she's squinting at her own vapid, cruel, intentional decisions. Pam Bondi is a woman who'd probably sell her soul to the devil for a dime or for a Trump Tower penthouse. But since Pam Bondi's already cashed in on her principles, Pam Bondi's stuck haggling for a timeshare in Mar-a-Lago. Pam Bondi spent her time as Florida AG chasing headlines like a dog after a mail truck. Lots of barking, zero biting unless the paycheck's signed by the right guy. Trump University flip-flop. Pam Bondi, why'd you drop that Trump University fraud case? She dropped that case faster than you could say campaign contribution, proving that Pam Bondi's moral compass spins like a fidget spinner in a hurricane. Pam Bondi's vibe, she's got the energy of a Botoxed mall cop who thinks she's starring in a crime drama, but the only crime here is her taste and loyalty. Pam Bondi would strut into a courtroom with those power suits that could turn a grand jury into a petite jury. And that hair so stiff it could deflect a subpoena, yet somehow she's always the last to notice the swamp that she's waddling in smells just like her own swamp thing creature decisions. We're going flamethrower now, Pam Bondi. Pam Bondi is a woman who'd trip over her own ambition and then sue the floor for emotional distress. Pam Bondi is like a walk-in infomercial for political grift. Step right up, folks. For the low, low price of your dignity, you too can get a Pam Bondi special. Loyalty to the highest bidder. Batteries not included. That Trump University dodge was just the appetizer. Pam Bondi's been serving up a buffet of questionable calls since day one. Pam Bondi would probably defend a sinking ship by blaming the water. Pam Bondi's reviewing JFK, MLK, Epstein files. 9/11 files too? Release them all. What are you reviewing them for? Don't review them, just release them. What the hell, especially the Epstein files? There's no way that America is being ran by an Epsteiner. No, that can't be. Holy shit. No, that can't be. That's what the... That would be nuts. That would be crazy. What's up with Pam Bondi's public persona? Pam Bondi's got the charisma of a tax audit and the sincerity of a used car salesman on his 5th cup of coffee and his 3rd night of Coke. Pam Bondi holds fake blonde press conferences where she tried to look tough on crime, but really, Pam Bondi would squint into the camera like she's reading the script off of a cocktail napkin, delivering lines so wooden that you could build a deck with them. Pam Bondi's the type who would RSVP yes to an ethics seminar and then ghost it for a Mar-a-Lago mixer. Pam Bondi's a one-woman masterclass in how to climb the ladder while greasing the rungs behind her. Keep on slipping, Pam. Pam Bondi's the kind of political opportunist who would look at a dumpster fire and call it a career opportunity. Her tenure as AG was less law and order and more cash and power. Pam Bondi would cozy up to Donald like a moth to a flame, except moths have the excuse of instinct. Pam Bondi's just chasing the glow of a private jet invite. That whole tough on crime shtick. Pam Bondi would lock up a jaywalker while letting a con artist like Trump University slide, probably because she saw her reflection in the scam and liked the view. In Pam Bondi style. Don't even get me started on Pam Bondi style. Oh, please. Pam Bondi's got the wardrobe of a real estate agent who peaked in 1987 and the smirk of somebody who thinks transparency is just a fancy window cleaner. Every time she opened her mouth, it was like watching a press conference crash into a Botox appointment. Stiff, rehearsed, and not a shred of a soul. Pam Bondi is the human equivalent of a low battery warning, annoying, persistent, and you're just waiting to change the batteries. Pam Bondi pretends to want to drain the swamp, but really, she's going skinny dipping in the swamp. Let's talk about Pam Bondi's swagger, or lack thereof. Pam Bondi struts around like she's auditioning for a Lifetime movie that nobody wanted to watch to begin with. Nobody asked for Swamp Queen the Reckoning, but the only reckoning is how she keeps failing upwards. Pam Bondi's hair is so shellacked it could survive a Category 5 hurricane, which is fitting since her career is a natural disaster anyway. Pam Bondi would give a speech about law and justice with the conviction of a kid reading a book report they didn't write, all while her actions scream, "Who needs principles when you got yourself a Rolodex?" Pam Bondi is the political equivalent of a knockoff handbag. Flashy, cheap, and stitches are falling apart. If you look too close, a Monet looks great from a distance, but up close, a Monet is just one big old mess. Pam Bondi is a 5-alarm drama queen. This woman's got the backbone of a jellyfish and the ethics of a timeshare salesman on commission. Pam Bondi would probably list Trump hype woman as her top job skill. Forget Attorney General. Pam Bondi's real gig was holding the pom-poms while Donald dodged accountability like releasing his tax returns or serving a single day in jail for 34 felony convictions, or being best buds with that Epstein, but don't release those Epstein files. You're reviewing them to redact them, right? Pam, you're a loyalist. You were chosen for your loyalty. Do not release the Epstein files. Don't release them. That's going to make your boss look bad. And wait a second. If you can skirt 34 felonies, does that mean our judicial system is bullshit? Does it even mean anything anymore? Or can we even say felony anymore? When is that damn broken judicial system going to be fixed? When is that damn broken judicial system going to be fixed? Let's listen to some Pam Bondi. We'll give Pam Bondi what? Let's do confirmation hearing. All right, Pam Bondi, what do you say to Adam Schiff? Huh?
Drinking warm water before bed dropped me from 200.
Give me a minute. Hold on.
196 while I slept. Apparently, thousands of people are already doing this, and I can't believe that I didn't.
As you know, the Supreme Court in Trump versus United States held the president has absolute immunity to commit crimes in certain core areas of the president's responsibility. One of those core areas is the Justice Department. So in a breathtakingly dangerous and irresponsible decision, Justice Roberts and the majority held the president could commit crimes using the Department of Justice and be immune from prosecution. Justice Sotomayor correctly said this new immunity lies about like a loaded weapon. So the fear and the concern we have is that the incoming president will use that loaded weapon.
Yeah, what are you going to say to that, Pam Bondi?
Crimes through the Department of Justice.
Are you going to abuse presidential immunity, Pam Bondi?
It is all the more important that we have an attorney general who
I'm sure Pam Bondi has got, like, she's going to have a good comeback.
The strength, the
she's going to come across with
to say
charisma,
no
intelligence.
To the president when it is necessary.
She's just sitting there
so
smirking.
My first set of questions
already got
has
the
to do
votes.
whether you have the
I don't have to answer any of your stupid questions.
To say no when you must say no. And you can say this is hypothetical, but it is not hypothetical. So let me start with one very specific non-hypothetical.
It's a simple
The president
question.
has said Jack Smith should go to jail. Will you investigate Jack Smith?
I mean, that's a simple yes or no question. Is Pam Bondi going to investigate Jack Smith? Who's Jack Smith? Like some prosecutor or something?
Senator, I haven't seen the file. I haven't seen the investigation. I haven't looked at anything. It would be irresponsible of me.
She is so on her high horse. Yes or no? Yes or no? You know, do you have a vendetta against the president's enemies? You remember when Obama got into office and he was like, we're not going to prosecute the previous administration. We're going to go forward, keep on moving forward. Man, this administration is a reaction to a revolution that never happened, and they're going to be so damned oppressive that the revolution is just going to burst out from underneath.
To make a commitment regarding anything without you're
God,
a
Senator.
long practicing attorney.
Jesus,
Without
Senator. Don't you
looking
know
at a
this
file.
shift?
You would need a factual.
Period.
You would need a factual predicate to open an investigation of Jack Smith. Is that right?
Not a summary by you sitting here. Yes, sir.
Not a summary
Not a
by
summary by
you,
the president either, right?
stupid.
Absolutely.
So a summary by the president or his desire to investigate Jack Smith would not be enough for you to open an investigation of Jack Smith. Is that right?
I will look at the facts and evidence in any case. You know.
And
So that means Pamela Joe Bondi, she's going to go after all the previous people that ever pissed off Donald. You know, one good thing about these MAGA loyalists, I don't like how the FBI did the COINTELPRO. They went after Martin Luther King, wrote him a letter. Hey, Martin, why don't you go kill yourself? Right? J. Edgar Hoover, Fred Hampton, they shot him while he was sleeping. And then Malcolm X, they're all over, you know, his the Nation of Islam. It's like, hey, are you Nation of Islam or are you FBI? Both. Huh. Why is the FBI following the greatest Jesus Christ figure that has ever come across American history, Martin Luther King Jr.? But the maggots, they don't like the FBI because, well, they went after him. They went after their Fuhrer, Jan Fuhrer. So maybe we'll actually get some reform of the FBI. I don't know.
72%.
sitting here today.
Senator, 72% of Americans
I only have
have
7
lost faith
Sitting
in the
here-
Department of Justice.
Sitting here today,
Statements like this.
are you aware of any factual?
72% of Americans they can't even spell Department of Justice. Where did you get that poll from? The Department of Justice, they don't even know the 3 branches of government. The American people, they know the 3 stooges, but they don't know the 3 branches of government. Come on, Pamela Joe Bondi, you need to do better than this.
Predicate to investigate Jack Smith. Sitting here today, yes or no?
Senator, I will look
Senator,
at the facts
I'm
and
not going to answer a
circumstances.
yes or
You
no
can't
question
answer that
from
question.
the likes of
You're not a
you.
part of the department
You're
yet.
just a
There's no
senator.
worry about divulging
I'm sitting
law
here.
You're just
as a
part of the
enforcement
American
sensitive
government.
information. So just tell us.
I'm
Are
sitting
you
here
aware?
as a knowledge-
Just tell us. Are you aware of a factual
You
predicate
impeached
to
Donald
investigate
twice.
Jack Smith? Yes or no?
I don't like you.
Senator, what I'm hearing on the news.
Are
is
you aware of
horrible.
a?
Do I know if
you
he
seem
committed a crime?
reluctant.
I have not.
You seem reluctant.
Wow, did you hear that? What she heard on the news sounds horrible. What she keeps listening to on those extreme podcasts sounds like this Jack Smith. Man, what did Jack Smith do? Oh, he was going to prosecute Donald for asking for, 1,000 votes from Georgia. Hey, Georgia, we need for you to just find 1,000 votes. Can you go ahead and find those, 17,000 votes? You know, if there's no consequences for trying to overturn an election, for trying to overturn the democratically elected government, then there's no consequences for trying to overturn a democratically elected government. The 14th Amendment says this president is illegitimate. He tried to do an insurrection. You can't be part of the government after you did a damned insurrection.
To answer a simple question. Let me ask you a different simple question.
All right.
The president also
She'll
wants to
answer-
jail Liz Cheney.
She's going to
sitting
answer
here
a different
today.
simple question. That was a
Are
tough
you aware
one.
of any
Jack
factual
Smith.
basis to investigate Liz Cheney? Yes or no?
Senator,
Are you going to investigate Liz Cheney? Liz Cheney talks some shit. Is she a goddamn motherfucking gang-banging, Trinidad Aragua cartel runner, terrorist, human trafficking, Russia terrorist, arsonist? No, she's not. Just say that you're not going to, you're not going to retroactively go after all these people. You're going to start from scratch, start from right here. Trump loyalists go back, and they're going to go after Liz Cheney. They're going to go after Liz Cheney because she talks some shit. She is a war hawk, right? And there was no reason why Kamala should have buddied up to her. But didn't Donald actually suggest that she should be on the front lines, having gunshots being shot at her?
That's a hypothetical, and I'm not going to answer that question.
It's not a hypothetical. So again, yes, Pamela Jo Bondi is going to go after Jack Smith. She's going to go after Liz Cheney. Who else is Pamela Jo Bondi going to go after?
Hypothetical. I'm asking you, sitting here today, whether you are aware of a factual predicate to investigate Liz Cheney.
Senator, no one has
Based on
asked
what you
me
know.
to investigate Liz Cheney.
Hey, Senator, nobody has asked me to go after Liz Cheney. That's not the fucking question. Are you going to go after her? Not has anybody asked you to. Are you going to go after her? You know in your heart, if you got vengeance and you want to revenge against somebody else, and it's not about revenge, it's about justice, right? To establish justice, I'm pretty sure. Let's see here. Yeah, this is the U.S. Constitution. What's the preamble say? There's like 6 end objects. Let's see here. We're supposed to try to form a more perfect union. Establish justice right there. Not establish retribution, not establish revenge. Justice. So justice isn't revenge, right? Justice is equal and exact justice. Ensure domestic tranquility, provide for the common defense, general welfare, and secure the blessings of liberty. Are you going to protect the Bill of Rights, Pam Bondi?
That's a
President has called
That's
for
not a
hypothetical.
hypothetical. Are you going to protect the Bill of Rights?
No one has asked me to investigate.
I'm asking you
Also
to
worried about
uphold the
Liz
Bill
Cheney.
of Rights.
You know what we should be
Pamela
worried
Jo
about?
Biden.
Please,
My
Crime rate in
God.
California right now
You are
is
aware-
We do need to check out the
Your
crime rate.
robberies are 87%
My
higher
question-
than the
My
national
question
average.
is this.
So instead of just answering simple yes or no questions, she's going on the attack, right? So, okay, so to learn from the maggots, whenever anybody asks you a question, you just go on to the attack. No, Pamela Jo Bondi, you went ahead and botched that Trump University deal, didn't you, for campaign contributions? You're from Florida. You're from fucking Florida. Why is there so many crazy motherfuckers in Florida? How come you didn't fix crazy? Are you the leader of crazy?
That's what I
My
want to
question
be
is
focused
this.
on, Senator.
Do you have the
If
power
I'm
to
confirmed
say
as
no to the
Attorney
president?
General.
And what you're suggesting today by your non-answer is you don't have the independence to say no to the president. So let me ask you a different question. It also requires you, if you're going to be a good attorney general, to be able to tell hard truths to the president. So my questions now are, can you tell hard truths to the president? So let me start with an easy truth.
So she's just going to be a loyalist, right? Just a kiss ass. Yes, sir. Whatever you say, sir. I'll do that, sir. Can you go after Oregon? Well, why is that, sir? Because they're being run by Democrats. Yes, sir. I'll find something on Oregon. The state of Oregon. I'm going to sink you. I'm just going to prosecute the whole damn landmass.
That you could speak to the president. Can you tell us, can you tell him that Donald Trump lost the 2020 election? Can you say that? Do you have the independence to say that? Do you have the
Even Donald Trump himself admitted on Lex Friedman's podcast that he had lost the 2020 election by a hair. That's why he walked away from the White House. That's why Nick Fuentes was like, why did I throw my whole life away for this crap if you knew that you had lost? You lied to us. And he lied for like 3 months.
gravitas, the stature, the intestinal fortitude to say, Donald Trump, you lost the 2020 election. Can you tell us that here today?
Senator, what I can...
Senator, she keeps on like talking down to him while not answering any of these questions. Hey, this is when the rubber meets the road. At this level, you gotta know if you're gonna kiss Edward Snowden's ass. Isn't that what the fucking senator from Colorado said?
tell you is I will never play politics. You're trying to engage me in a gotcha. I
No,
won't
I'm just
do it.
asking you a simple
I
question.
won't play
If you can
politics
speak truth
with any
to
ongoing
power. So let me ask you
investigation,
another.
like you did leading.
All he is asking is, can you speak the truth to the president? Are you just going to be a kiss ass, and even when he lies, you're just going to go along with it? Can you say that he said he lost? Can you agree with him that he knows that he lost? You can't even agree with him? You're going to go after Liz Cheney? You're going to go after this, was it Jack Smith or Jack, the fucking Jack and Jill, whoever the fuck?
Your
Let me ask
colleague
you,
Devin Nunes' memo.
If you can't answer the question, Let me ask you a different, what should be a simple truth, not a hard
Devin
one.
Nunes, huh?
Was
What's
there
up with
massive fraud affecting the result of the 2020 election? Yes or no?
Senator, I'm glad you asked that question. If you'll let me answer what I
Whoa.
saw in Pennsylvania.
Everybody listen to this.
I
She
asked
got
you
an
a question
answer.
about
Pamela
massive
Joe
fraud.
Bondi
I can only tell
has
you
an
what I
answer.
saw in
No, I know you want to
Pennsylvania.
answer a different.
So, Pennsylvania, she was not saying that there was massive voter fraud, but hey, something's going on in Pennsylvania. I remember I wasn't allowed to vote. There was some voter complications in Letcher County. There were some voter complications in Conejos, and nobody gave a flying fuck. Half the damn country don't even fucking vote. Who's going to investigate the reasons for that? Has half of the damn country already checked out? My vote, this is just a damn corporation. They're just basically one and the same. They're both a business party, imperialist. My one tiny vote's not going to change a damn thing. Why should half the country vote?
Good question, but my question is, can you tell us whether there was massive fraud affecting the results of the 2020 election? Yes or no? Was there
I
or
can
was there
tell
not?
you what I saw when I went as
That's
an
not my,
advocate
that's
to
not
the
my question.
campaign.
So you can't answer that question. You can't speak that even easy truth to us, let alone to the president.
It does seem like these are super easy questions. Are you going to prosecute Liz Cheney? No. Are you going to prosecute Jack Smith? No, I'm not going to do that. Can you say that Donald Trump lost the 2020 election? Yeah, he lost. He lost. Yeah, that's the God's honest truth. I could be honest. I know the truth when I see it. I'm not going to just lie to cover up, you know?
So let me ask you a different question. It will also be important that you give good advice to the president. Are you prepared to advise the president not to pardon people who beat police officers?
Senator, as I said, the pardons are at the direction of the president. We will look and we will advise. I will look at every case on a case.
So
Let me finish. On a case-by-case basis.
Okay, good.
And I abhor violence to police officers.
Follow up with that. So will it be your advice to the president, Mr. President? I know you said you want to issue hundreds of pardons on day one. Will it be your advice to the president? No, Mr. President, I need to go over them on a case-by-case basis. Do not issue blanket pardons. Will that be your advice to the president?
Senator, I have not looked at any of those files.
Senator, I don't like you. You're an asshole. You tried to impeach my Fuhrer. You've tried to impeach my Fuhrer, Senator. God.
If confirmed, I will look at the files
And
for
will
the
you be able to
pardons,
do?
as well
Will
as
you
the
be able to
ongoing
review
investigation.
hundreds of cases on day one?
I will look at every file I am
Of course
asked
you
to
won't.
look
So
at.
will you advise the president?
Hey, can I
will
answer
you-
the question?
Well, my question
I would have plenty of staff. You said, of course you want.
you'll be able to review
Listen, I'm
hundreds
not
of
going to
cases on the first day?
mislead this body nor you.
All right, let me ask another question. You don't want to answer that. Let me ask
You were
another question.
censured by
It will
Congress,
also-
Senator, for
it will
comments
also-
just like this that
It
are
will
so reckless.
also be important for you to be able to preserve the records, the evidence.
She's going to read every single file that has ever come to the Department of Justice. Mark her words. Every file. She's going to be up reading. She's not going to do a bunch of interviews on Fox and all over the place. She's reading these files.
So the department, are you ready to commit that none of the evidence in the January 6th investigation will be destroyed under your watch?
Senator, I will follow the law. I will consult with ethical officials in the department.
Why can't you just say, yes, Senator, Senator? You keep on saying these damn mean questions. Senator, Senator, I'm going to follow the law, and I'm going to throw away all the files of January 6th, and I'm going to go after Liz Cheney. Oops. And Trump won the 2020 election. Uh-oh.
Do you see any ethical basis to destroy evidence?
And Trump University is the best damn university. They didn't defraud anybody. Not here, not now, not ever. Didn't get a campaign contribution to cover that fraud case up.
It's in the January 6th investigation. Then why can't you answer the question? Why can't you say, I commit to this committee, we will never destroy the evidence in the January 6th investigation? Why can't you give this committee and the American people that assurance?
Are you frightened because evidence was destroyed against President Trump that was false? Is that why you're frightened now? I can't believe this is even...
Why do you have difficulty answering that question?
I'm going to destroy all the evidence against all the January 6ers. All of it. When you want to overthrow the government for the lie of the president, that's okay. If you want to defend a liar mayor, if you want to defend a liar governor, and they lost the election. It's okay to try to overthrow that government. What is the problem, Senator?
I can't believe
Why do
you're
you have
asking such a
difficulty?
question.
Why do you have difficulty promising to preserve evidence at the Department of Justice? Why is that a difficult question?
I will follow the law.
Yeah, right.
It shouldn't be a difficult question.
Bullshit. Bullshit, Pam Bondi. Oh, boy. Peace.